Hello, hello, hello there. Welcome, and welcome again to another session of Tarot Spills the Tea. Sorry about me being late, all right? I do apologize for that. I've been super busy, lots of new things happening, and I've just got to balance all of this. But here I am nonetheless. Now, today we're talking about CARLOSKING, okay? Half of the group left. They bounced. They said, I'm out. Peace. Deuces. So, what I want to know is his energy before half the group left. You know what I'm saying? Let's dig into him forming this quote-unquote super group and his energy after half the group bounced. Let's see, because you know what? Let me tell you something. Those cards, they are extremely different. All right? Can't wait to share it with you. Let's go ahead and sage this out. Of course, before we get started, I need to let you know exactly who I am. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul. I do have a spiritually based website at unapologeticallysage.com. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, let's begin to sage this out. But first, before we continue, what I need you all to do is bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of your screen, no matter what screen you're looking at, whether that is your iPhone, your Android, your Cricket, your whatever screen, whether it's an iPad, a laptop, a notebook, whether it's your flat screen or big booty screen TV, whatever screen you're looking at. Bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of it and look at that red bar at the bottom, and what it says is, this is for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is what? Alleged, and not to be used as facts. So anytime that you see this red bar at the bottom, the sentence inside applies. So just a quick review. Aubrey, she's a gone girl. She left. First one to leave after 3 attempts, which is what made it weird to me. If you're going to go. If you're going to leave. But it took her 3 attempts, 2 disappearing acts. In the second one, she took her bed. And then the third one, she was out. So, all right, gone girl. Gone girl is gone. First one gone officially without, she did the dramatics. So, bye, girl. Next, Nivea out. And I was saddened. She was my favorite, and I am going to jump out on the limb and say she was a fan favorite. I don't know yet. I don't know if the numbers are in on whether or not she was the fan favorite, but I'll say it. I believe she was a fan favorite. She definitely was my favorite, and possibly, now I'm going to jump out and say this too, possibly because she reminds me mostly of myself. I don't know if you all do this, but when we're watching a reality-based television show, and we're looking at, because usually it's 5 or more characters. I'm going to call them characters. And do you kind of, you relate more to one, or you kind of like, I always tend to see who acts closest to my personality, which helps make it relatable to me. And sometimes there are shows that I try to tune into where none of them are close to me. And sometimes they can keep me, and sometimes they can't. If it's too outrageous and dumb, I'm out. And I'm not getting ready to run down a list. There's a couple of them where I was out, and I'm out, and never returned. And so anyway, Nivea is the one that seemed closest to my personality because honestly, I like for everybody to just get along. I really do. And I'm a joker and, always try to make light of situations and stuff, but you can get tired. You really, really can. And so I related to her most, and that's who I could see myself, being closest to acting in the group dynamic. So when Nivea was out, it just touched me in a different way. I was like, oh, y'all going down. Y'all sinking now. This ship is sinking. Like, y'all still would have been all right. Y'all had some hope. Just because O'Day left, okay, girl, bye, girl. That's gone, girl. Gone, girl. Okay, gone, girl. But Nivea out, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Let's stop and re-examine. But no, it didn't seem to be a re-examining, really. It was interesting. The only thing I saw was Pamela said a little something to Keely, I believe, but let's continue. Now, soon after the sisters left, right after Nivea out, sisters they went to the left. They said, And here's the thing. They spoiled it for us. At the end of that Nivea out episode, they showed us the twins asking Keely to bring in her voice as a fifth member. I had already did the math, and I was like, oh, those sisters are out. And actually, honestly, I was a little irritated that they spoiled it like that for us. They didn't have to do that like that. They could have cut a splice of, the way that they could have done it differently was not shown us her being asked, but instead shown her talking to her, I'm assuming her husband, on the phone and saying, oh my God, what am I going to do? They're asking me to be in the group and I don't want to. Like, now that's the little piece they could have shown us instead of letting us know at the last episode that these two sisters are leaving. Because math is simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that's real simple. You don't have to be a math wizard to count up to 5. Okay, 9 between 5. You don't have to be a math wizard. All right. So that was obvious. And you don't have to even be any kind of a smart person to deduce the 2 that leaves. All right. So they didn't have to do that. So who's ever producing it, editing it, whatever, you failed, and you should be fired. That's my opinion. Because you could have just took a clip from Keely talking to her husband saying how much she was asked and didn't want to do it. Or, she ain't even got to say the part where she was asked. They could have just showed the clip of her telling her husband she don't want to do it. That she don't like signing autographs. She don't like being around clients. What do they call fans? They could have just did a little 10-second clip of her listing all the things she didn't like, which would have left us wondering. I was about to call her out her name. B, why you care? Why you care, girl? Why you caring about fans wanting your autograph, or why you talking like that? Which would have had us speculating of why is she talking like that? And then I think, a little tear ran down her eyes and stuff because she just don't want to be bothered by fans and don't want to travel. So that to me would have been a better way than to obviously let us know, everybody who can count up to 5 and stuff, that the sisters were leaving. So I almost didn't even tune in, but then I did. And I'm glad I did. I am glad I did. Just because I enjoyed Misha being able to finally feel like I'm getting ready to say how I really feel. Like, I'm not. First of all, I feel like she's been feeling that way. But with Nivea out, she just felt like I'm just getting ready to let it out how I feel. I'm not going to hold back anymore. So, You know, now I do feel bad about her sister seeming to feel obligated to go as well. I have some sisters, but they're half sisters, so we weren't raised in the same household, so I don't know how that obligation feels. You know, like, I love my sister and everything, you know what I'm saying? And I got more than one, so my sisters, but I love them all the sisters I got. But play sisters, real sisters, all the sisters I have, I love them, but, like, you know, they wouldn't really, like, move me necessarily, like, in, you know, I don't know, but at the same time, let me keep this 100. I don't like the twins, so I probably would have been out first. You know, between me and my sisters, especially my real sisters, I would have been out first. I don't put up with no mess. I cannot, you know, especially I would have felt their energy, you know, and their spirit. When you got a bad spirit, it's hard to, it's hard for me to be around it. So I would have been out first. Anyway, this ain't about me. So I'm just glad that, and look at her, look at this photo. Don't she look good? They both look good, but look at Misha. Okay, go on, Misha. Shoot, go on, Misha. So let's continue. Here we are at a very important question. Is this what he planned all along? He is Carlos King. All right? Carlos King. Man. Is this what you planned all along? I know that sounds silly when you think about it, half the group leaving. So that's not my actual question. But the dissension in the group, you know, the everyone feeling unsettled. Did anyone ever feel settled? You know, feel like a groove, feel a belonging? Ever? Anyone at all? From the beginning to where we are now? You know, because tonight is going to be the finale, which we're supposed to see them cohesive. That's my assumption. Is this what he planned, this conflict? State your case in the comments below before going any further, please. All right. Okay, so let's begin to sage this out. The before and after. So here we are at the before. Half the group left. And in the past position is 10 of Swords. So, as I've said many times before, the past position is so important because that directly influences the present position. The present position is basically like the answer to the question that we ask, okay? So the past position is kind of like, you know, some background as to what happened or how they feel or whatever. And it directly influences the present position. So in the past position, it was 10 of Swords. A time in your life where everything went wrong. So that directly represents how he feels before. And that is so funny. This is definitely a sign. The music I have in the background is just a running of some jazzy little hip hop live beats. And it started raining right when I started talking about. That's not funny. I'm not laughing at him. Anyway, moving right along. It's a time in your life where everything went wrong. 10 of Swords in the past. Now, this directly influences how he feels in the present. But I'm going to show you guys something that some of you may know and some of you may not. It's just an interesting little background to this. So, Carlos King told the Jasmine brand that initially he pitched this idea 7 years ago. So I'm sure some of you guys already know about it, and he had a whole cast. They did a pilot and everything, and I'm not going deep into that because this is not about that. And I already got a whole nother set of cards to discuss, and I'm trying to be in control of my time. So those are the reasons why I'm not going to dive in deep into his previous attempt at this TV show. But anyway, they didn't want it. Nobody wanted it. Okay. So it, to me, goes hand in hand with a time in your life where everything went wrong as it relates to how he feels about this show before half the group left. I'm thinking it's got something to do with, 7 years ago, he tried to pitch this idea and record it for it and everything. And nobody wanted it. All right, let's continue. In the present position, it is reversed Ace of Pentacles. Reversed means you're not willing to give this partnership the attention it requires to flourish. So what that tells me is that he wasn't willing to put in the effort and time to pay attention to like the details in order to make sure that it was successful. Probably because it was shot down already, and it's no telling. We don't know. I didn't clarify on this, and again, because I'm trying to be watchful and mindful of time, because y'all regular sages, you already know I could talk. Now, there's no telling what he was told, to be honest, as to why, in the back of his mind, the reason why he didn't give enough attention to this. He's sitting up here thinking about, well, they already didn't want it. They already shot me down. So they giving me, a little bit of a chance now. He probably had to beg for it. And so he's not putting too much effort into it because he's feeling like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He has an it is what it is type of attitude. And that's going to show up a little bit later. So let's keep going. But just keep this in mind. He wasn't willing to give this partnership the attention it requires to flourish. Now, here is something. I think this is the first place where I became really upset. This card was in reverse. It's Queen of Pentacles. This is the best in his mind. The best outcome is for the women to understand and recognize this is a poor sign for your career. So understand, this is before the women left. This is like going back to him forming this the second time around. The best in his mind for this group of women is to understand this is a poor sign for your career. Like, he wants them to feel like your career is in dire need to be resuscitated. Like you're on the deathbed, your career is dead, and I'm reviving. That's what Spirit is telling. Like revive. Like so he was trying to convince them that their career is dead, but he's gonna revive it, and that's the best that he imagined to come out of this. Is that they believe him when he tells them that your career is dead and this show is going to revive it. Now, let me tell you something right now. Some of them do feel like they fighting for their life. Like the Cherished twins. I don't care what they say. Yes, they come off very confident, but in actuality, they're not. And I almost did a reading on them. Instead of Carlos, but I chose Carlos. Carlos won. All right. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They do feel like they fighting for their life. They do feel like, they have something to prove. That, they talking to somebody. They're trying to prove something to somebody. So they do feel like this is a revival for them. Okay. No matter how they talking, they're not as strong. Their words and actions are not. That's not their spirit actually on the inside. But anyway, this ain't about them. All right. I was just giving them as an example. But I'm going to tell you someone who does not feel like their career is dead. That's the one that got a song out with Bounce Your Shoulders. Let me see y'all bounce. Bounce your shoulders. Okay, she sung that song with her husband up there bouncing shoulders, looking like a damn fool. But it was on a local news station, and she don't feel like her career is dead in any kind of way, honey, please. And that is Miss Shamari. Go on, Shamari. Bounce them shoulders. I'm bouncing them right now, y'all. I'm bouncing. But anyway, that's the best that he felt would come out of this. Here's another point that bothered me. In the worst position is the Knight of Chalices, and it means unexpected offer for a job or being successful. It bothered me that was in the worst position. So his imagination, what he imagines to be the worst, is for them to become successful. I don't like it when that's in the worst position. But see, this is why I love my tarot cards and how spirit, tells me the truth, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And we just got to accept it. Or, you know what? We don't have to accept it. I just got to read it. I just got to tell y'all. I just got to show y'all. Okay? We don't have to accept it, but it pisses me off when I see people in like powerful positions who what's in the worst position is for the person that they're working with to be successful. When you know darn well, we all know darn well that they're not telling them that. You know what I'm saying? They lying to them, right? They lying to him, right? Saying what's going to happen is you're going to revive your career and everybody going to want you. You're going to be on the map. They're not telling them truly in my mind, I don't want you to be successful because we might have a season 2 and I might want you to come back as a creative director. So I don't want you to be successful from this because you're my bread and butter. See, if they become successful from this and go off and someone says unexpected offer for a job, someone is interested in them who can promote them the way that they're going to leave Carlos in the dust. And he won't be able to continually make money from them. What if he wants them to go on tour? What if he wants them to be an opening act for somebody? I don't even know who to say right now. But an opening act for somebody. And they too busy because they done got famous. They doing their thing for real. They're going to pay him dust. And then it won't be the whole group. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not in his best interest for them to be successful if he's thinking about himself and money. Let's continue. So next position is what's to come, and it's 10 of cups, 10 of chalices, 10 of cups, same thing. You are worried about the future, but you believe you will see success. 10 of cups is a beautiful, beautiful card, beautiful meaning, especially in this position, what's to come. That's, you have everything. That's completion. 10. Tens means something has come to an end in order for something to begin again. And you've successfully gone through and won, your challenges, completed the challenges that you were faced with. That's what tens mean. And 10 of cups. Cups are emotions, your heart, it's love, it's water, it's watery, all of that. And I know I'm speaking fast because we got a whole nother section, y'all. But 10 of cups is when you've accomplished it all. You've achieved your dreams, your goals. You've successfully won over your challenges, and you're great. So this is what he imagines is what's to come. Now, this is, like I said, the question is the before and after half the group left. So when the group, in the beginning of the show, when everybody was together, what he imagined to be what's to come is, he's worried about the future, but he believes it will be successful. All right, energy snapshot. So I always add this to my spread, this spread anyway, energy, because I like to know people's energy. The energy is what influences all the rest of the cards, okay? Their energy, the energy that they're working off of. So before everybody left, his energy is the Hermit. But see, I always choose the deck according to spirit. So a lot of my decks are not traditional. Look at this card. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. All right. Chilling and watching everything unfold. Hashtag chill mode. That's his energy. He just chilling. Let's keep going, because we're going towards the, now this is all before, all right? And what a beautiful way to sum it up. He chilling. All right? Chilling. This is before all the girls are left. Look at this. He was chilling. So we are getting ready to take a look at how Carlos feels after half the group says, deuces, man. All right. Yeah, a little bit of my gangster came out. Oh, Lord, I was trying to be calm, cool, and collected and everything. But when I got to this part, I was like, ooh, man. These group members said, deuces, man. Let's continue. But one thing real quick, we are exactly halfway through. And this is the time where I would like to ask you to please click like and subscribe. And don't hesitate to share and click the bell so that you know when I release new videos. All right. So click like if you like it. And even more so, click subscribe if you like it. All right. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, because guess what? We're getting closer to me being able to go live with you all. All right. I'm almost thinking I might have to do it on Instagram or something. But come on, let's go ahead, click that like button and subscribe. All right, now check this out. In the past position for after, all right? So this is the tarot after half the group left. Now remember, it's Aubrey, Gone Girl, Nivea out, and the two sisters, Misha and Irish, left. So this is after they left. In the past position, we have the reversed Two of Pentacles. Past disappointment has made him afraid to openly enjoy the present. And the past disappointment, listen. In the previous one, for the before, his disappointment or sadness or whatever was due to him pitching this idea 7 years ago and it wasn't picked up. So it was all on him. Now, after the women left, this disappointment in the past refers to them leaving. Past disappointment, the others leaving, and, some of the remaining members being disappointed. It's their disappointment. That's the way I should say it. I apologize. Because I can see it sometimes in my mind. Like, I can see it, and it's sometimes hard to put these visions into words. But it's the group members that are still there, like one by one as they leave, as people are leaving, and they express disappointment all the way from when Aubrey left. The 2 times, even from the 2 times she was playing and shit. But them expressing that disappointment has made him, fear being openly happy about that. Okay, let's keep going. In the present is the reversed 4 of Pentacles. You are holding on to something longer than you should. You cannot control the action of others. Now, what he's holding on longer than what he should is the mess. The mess. So as one by one, as the women leave, let me put it like this. We don't see footage of Carlos stepping in to talk to anyone until the two sisters want to leave. Now, in all fairness, because I don't like to do absolutes. So a lot of the times I like to give people chances, like the benefit of the doubt. I really do. Just because, you know what mostly that came from, besides it just being a natural thing for me. Excuse me. Still got allergies, you guys. And they've been attacking much more. A little bit of fires going on in my region. So the person having allergies, it's hard to breathe when fires are happening. But, excuse me. So we don't actually see him. They don't show footage of him going and talking to the women until the two sisters leave. All right. So in all fairness, I was thinking maybe he did it every single time and they just chose to show it this time. But going through the cards, no, nope. He didn't. And not in a caring, sincere way. Okay? So they're showing me something as an example. Like, if they called him and said, get me an Uber, what he did before was just like, are you sure? Are you sure? You know, and that was some over the phone shit. But the display of sincerity of him actually showing up, that was the first time. Okay? And so what this is saying is he was holding on to something longer than he should, and that's the mess. And for me, that relates to, because if he wasn't holding on to the mess and reveling in the mess, then for each and every girl that wanted to leave, he would have been there saying, being sincere and saying, are you sure? Da, 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 da. But he was feeding off of it. That was cool for him. Okay? And then you cannot control the actions of others. So check this all the way out. This card, when this card came up and I was channeling it, they showed me when those twins, as the twins were talking and them being in those confessions alone. Because I ain't counting Keely. I don't want nothing to do with Keely, to be honest. He's the one, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's always a producer next to the cameraman asking them questions, feeding them the questions, and they teach them or prompt them to, when they answer the question, to include the question in it. So like if someone was there, a producer, which I'm going to tell you it's Carlos King, if he was there saying to the twins, do you feel like you are the reason why everyone left? Then their answer is supposed to include, I do not feel like I am the reason why everyone left because. Okay, so in that way, they don't have to play the producer's question. So they're always prompted / taught to answer questions in that manner. So if you go back and watch, after they ran everyone away and they got one full episode of them saying, we're not the problem. We don't understand why people leave. We don't understand why you would want to slap us silly. We just don't understand. And that comes from all of the prompting and the questions from Carlos King, which is where this comes from. You cannot control the actions of others, because he at some point told them to knock it the F off. We down to how many they got? Well, 4 members, and then they got a bed, Kylie. I don't know what her name is. Don't matter. He told them to knock it the fuck off. And this is spirit telling him, somebody told you can't control You cannot control the actions of others. See, he put a battery in their back. He put a battery in everybody's back. Some people's battery lasted longer than others did, but he tried his best to put a battery in everybody's back. He's a producer, and to me, he's a producer of mess and distress. But anyway, he's the king of mess. All right, constantly. But, so you cannot control the actions of others. See, so what do you do, Carlos, when you done winded them up so much and they just going like the Energizer Bunny, and you can't get that bunny to stop? I wonder what his words were. I wish I was able to hear the conversation in that room when he tried to make them get some sense about themselves. Because everybody's talking about the difference that they have in their attitudes. The difference is him. He must have cussed them out. I didn't do no clarifications on whether or not he cussed them out. This is just me. This ain't spirit saying that he cussed them out. This is me, Indigo Sage, saying he probably cussed them out. Okay, let's continue. Here is the best of the situation after. So this is what he is envisioning. The best to be after everybody done left. Half the people done left. You're about to achieve a new level of mastery or complete a project. So this is another example of a time where a person was in their best position. They're seeing the meaning in its upright position, not knowing in reality it's showing up in the reverse. So this showed up in the reverse because, that's the reality of it. But I pull off of their energy. They're thinking of it. This is the best, but they ain't thinking of the opposite of this. They're thinking of the best when it's upright. And it makes sense. He wants to achieve a new level of mastery and to complete a project. Okay, especially when he pitched it 7 years ago and they said hell to the no and kicked his ass out the office. Now he got a chance. Hell yeah, he wants to show himself, improve himself, even after half the group left. But, sir, it's in reverse. So he's trying to reverse a reversal, basically. That's the best. This card in the worst position is 4 of Cups. There will be nothing for anyone to gain from continuing the partnership. That will be the worst in his mind. And that makes sense. There will be nothing for anyone to gain from continuing this partnership. Now, when he says anyone, I think he's talking about him. Because remember earlier, the worst was for the ladies to be successful in their career. That was before everybody left. That's what he felt would be the worst. And he was talking about himself, because it wouldn't be the worst for them to be successful in their career. Because, see, here's the thing where he makes me feel like he's a freaking snake. Because, of course, he's promising that they're going to blow up. It's going to revive your career. He's not telling them, but I really hope it doesn't. I'm designing this in a way to where I'm putting everybody in here that I feel like will trigger you guys, and it's going to show a part of your personality that people are not going to want to work with. So you're going to want to come back to us. You're going to want to tour, because we're going to shine you and edit this in a light where no one's going to want to work with your ass. But I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you it's going to revive your career. And to be honest, if it went the way that he wanted it to go exactly, in a way, he's telling the truth, because he would want them to do tours, little blueprint encore tours. And if they weren't doing anything before that, then that is a revival. So he feels like he's telling the truth, which is why the worst prior to them leaving would be for them to have a career, get discovered and have a real career. And tell him, F you, somebody really working with me. That's the worst before. The worst right now is that there will be nothing for anyone to gain from continuing the partnership. But I think mostly, even though he's feeling like nothing for anyone to gain, so that also tells me that maybe no one wants to fund, like the worst would be no one wanting to fund that tour that he wants to put them on. And I'm getting that he wants to put them on tour, okay? I'm just picking that up. I don't know if he said it anywhere, but I'm a card reader. But, oh, yeah, because he gave them the idea of a lot of things. The worst would be nothing for anyone to gain from continuing the partnership. Okay, I can see it now. All the stuff he promised, like, if it didn't come into fruition. So that's how he's feeling now. That's what his worst is now. Like, he's trying to survive, okay? He is trying to survive and trying to piece this stuff together. It's just like if you have a puzzle game, because Spirit is showing me the puzzles, you know, when you're putting a puzzle piece together, but you're missing pieces. The picture, you can still put the puzzle together. Don't get me wrong. You can still put that puzzle together even if you're missing pieces. It's just not going to look right. Or they told me to say it's not going to look the same. Okay, so let me say the words that Spirit told me to say. It's not going to look the same. All right, let's continue. What's to come? You will face instability and uncertainty. That's what's to come. It's the King of Pentacles. And pentacles are money, honey. That's the coin, and the king of the coin in reverse. That's what's to come. You will face instability and uncertainty. Part 2 depends on Carlos convincing the ladies to convince everyone that this was a great learning experience. I am trying my best not to laugh. His energy now is 2 of Cups. This was upright. Respect for partnership due to sincere connections. Go figure. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. Somebody come here and look at this. So this is the energy snapshot for the before and the after, side by side. So before everybody started leaving and abandoning ship, he was chilling. Hashtag unbothered. Hashtag chilling like a villain. Just chilling. Look at him. Just chilling. Before everybody left, abandoned ship. Now, to the right of the screen, he reaching out. I'm trying to say, hey now. I care about you. I care for you. How you feeling? What's going on? Can you make it? We're going to do everything we got to do to help you make it, because if one more of y'all leave, we ain't got no show. Okay, so, alleged. And of course, this is all for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is alleged and not to be used as facts. But, it's a big difference. I ain't even got to explain that. You can just look at it. I ain't got to explain that. On the right, he really reaching out. Just to show, hey, we love you here. We're concerned. We got your back. Don't not one of y'all leave. Again, don't do it. We can't make it without you. All right, so anyway, see, Spirit said I was doing too much, made me cough. But yeah, totally different attitude. Completely different. The energy. And I guess you would. I mean, that would be with anything. If you're the boss and you got your own company, let's just say, for instance, if you're a boss, you got your own company, you got 9 workers, 4 of them leave, 1 of them already don't want to work, they just want to be in pajamas and walk around all day with a glass of cheap wine, so you can count them out as a non-worker. You just sitting up here just trying to figure out how to fire them so they don't count. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you in trouble. Hell yeah, you in trouble. So your attitude probably would change. Your attitude probably would change, which is exactly what had happened. Just look at it. Look at the difference. All right, let's keep going. Here we are at the place where I like to just tell y'all a little something sometimes. And at this time, what CARLOSKING reminded me of, and what I would like for us all to take away from this experience/experiment is to be the master of a garden. You must do more than just stroll through it. Okay? Okay. Thank you so much for your support. Please click like and subscribe and share and click the bell for notification of what's to come, okay? Because I'm very unapologetic for digging into anyone's ass. All right, you guys. And please stay safe. Wash the hands, because they got new stuff coming out and all this, and let's just all just make a conscious effort just to be safe. All right, and do a little more than just stroll through the garden. All righty, bye bye.